could do this. This is one that this is fresh. So we finally did actually get Joe Rogan talking about Bobby Lee. Okay. We all know. We all know. You'll see. So this is, again, from Two Buttons. Like I said, they clip a lot of this stuff, so just so you know where it's from. But check this out.
Before, I'm a huge fan of Bobby Lee. He should be on this podcast.
I love Bobby Lee. I saw he was on your show, too.
Yeah.
By the way, Bobby Lee's been invited to do my podcast multiple times.
Okay.
Multiple times.
Well, you should get him on.
I'm going to have to reach out to him.
Yeah, I feel like...
I believe Rogan in that Bobby Lee probably has been invited a bunch of times. I also think Bobby Lee doesn't want to fly to Texas.
Even when he was in California, he probably had invites, but
I just think
Bobby
Lee's
Lee's kind
dude.
of an agoraphobic creep.
Yeah.
Oh, I might have to fly to LA and hold his hand and drag him on a flight.
I think he just needs a real invitation.
He knows I love him. Because there's been a lot of drama lately, and one of the things that
gotta love Rogan's politics, huh? Look, there's been a lot of drama. All right,
Yeah,
there's been a lot
drama.
Consummate politician, this guy, huh?
What happened was somehow or another my name got entered into this thing, and
okay. See, now I turn. Now you turn. Somehow your name got entered into this thing.
Somehow the king's name got brought up in his own kingdom.
Yeah, somehow. Joe, it's not somehow your name got brought up. You're the reason all of this happened.
Yes,
and I don't think it was on purpose. I don't think it was malicious.
This is like Joe Biden discussing baby formula shortages and being like, yeah, somehow my name keeps getting brought up.
Yeah, you're the president. Look, put it to you this way. It's very simple. If you want to look at this how it is, if you didn't encourage Brendan Schaub to be a comic and use your sway to help get him a Showtime special, he wouldn't have the balls to hit on other people's girlfriends.
Yes.
And then make fake claims about Reddit. So somehow Joe Rogan wants to be a king, but he doesn't want anybody to say, well, I do control these people. Would you not respect Joe a little bit more if he goes, look, I know I have sway in the LA comic community, but not everything that happens I could be blamed. You know what I mean? But this whole my name, little old $200 million a year Spotify account, me?
Oh,
How?
Shucks.
Really? I've had presidential candidates on my show. Little old me? I'm against gun control unless Bernie Sanders is in the room.
That's true. We're taking all of them away. Every single gun.
Wow, that's interesting. I love that.
Like every single gun.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Yeah, guns,
How do people donate?
Exactly. The shape of whatever he's pulled into, Joe Rogan. And I don't even hate Joe, because a lot of people, you hate Joe. I don't hate Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan sometimes says things that are pretty smart, and I agree with him. And Joe Rogan sometimes is stupid.
Says things that is stinky.
Is stinky. And somehow the new studio design just fly off.
He's going to fly off the wall.
Man, he really did not like that people called his initial new studio before he changed it back to the old look a fucking toaster oven, huh?
Toaster oven, tanning bed.
And he just changed it without mentioning it.
Nope.
I don't want to get into it in too much detail, but...
Why, Joe? Don't worry. We will.
I'm like, okay, I must call Bobby, and I called him, and I said, listen, I don't know what kind of...
Well, I had his assistant call him, but my assistant called him, but yeah.
My assistant called his girlfriend.
Hey, Jamie, do me a favor. Call Bobby Lee for me. Thanks.
I'm not... Come on.
I'm busy.
No, Rogan's one of those guys that has you call him, and then you have to wait for him to come on the phone.
Yeah.
I've got Joe for you.
I must call Bobby, and I called him, and I said, listen, I don't know what kind of... I'm just hearing about this nonsense now, but I love you. I would never let anybody talk bad about you. I would never let anybody come on my show and talk bad about you.
Okay.
I think you're an awesome guy. I think you're incredibly talented, and I know that you have...
Here's what I think. I do honestly... Tell me what you think, Mersh, but because we'll never really know, but... I really don't think Joe Rogan in any way was involved in any of this Reddit drama and Brendan Schaub. I think he doesn't even know, right?
No, of course not.
I think he's fucking Joe Rogan, right? Like, what do you mean? He doesn't know about any of this, right? I do think that somebody, probably Brian Callen, but we don't know for sure. But this is just my guess with all the information we've pieced together. Did bring up Rogan's name to Bobby Lee, right? Without Rogan talking to Rogan. Probably did what it was like, hey, yeah, you know what? I'll talk to Rogan too. If this is true, I'll go on his show and I'm sure somebody said that to him, right?
Yeah, that kind of
because
checks out.
We've heard the Rogan name being thrown around. Bobby Lee mentioned it when he was on Ethan Klein's show about, and then they started bringing up Rogan and,
a fear of like performing and putting on a special and stuff like that. But I really think you should, because I think you're one of the best comedians alive. And I've said that to him.
Look, I like Bobby Lee, okay? But Rogan, have you not learned from over complimenting people what you get is Gringo Papi? You have to have learned that by now. Bobby Lee is funny. Bobby Lee is a billion times funnier than Brendan Schaub. I've never said Bobby Lee wasn't funny. Bobby Lee is a funny guy. If you don't believe me, even watch his early Mad TV stuff. The guy's a funny dude. Depending, when he plays the right character, he's a really funny guy.
Yeah.
But that being said, he's not one of the funniest comedians around, okay? He's not fucking Louis C.K. He's not Ricky Gervais or Dave Chappelle, all right? Those are like the funniest comedians around right now.
Many, many times. He knows I love him. Because there's been a lot of drama lately, and one of the things that happened was somehow or another my name got entered into this thing, and I don't want to get into it in too much detail, but
he just clipped that segment again.
I must call Bobby.
So what do you think? How much do you think Rogan knew? I have to ask, I'm really wondering, how much do you think Rogan actually knew? When do you think he was looped in? Because this clip is from like yesterday, I think.
I would guess at the point right after H3.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to guess.
Okay.
I think the H3 thing was when it was like, but he still probably kept his mouth shut. He probably did the whole thing we said he did, which is probably calling people and going, fix this.
H3,
I don't care who's got to fall on the sword, but somebody fix this.
You know what? You're actually right, though. That's a really good point. Because H3, as much as I hate him, is a big enough show where it's not like where Rogan's going to hear about it, right? Because trust me, H3 has said some pretty fucking retarded things about Rogan. Look, there's certain things I think it's perfectly good criticisms of Rogan, but H3 was like, yeah, Joe Rogan being unhealthy is going to get people killed if they don't get vaccinated. And then somebody put the side by side of what Rogan looks like versus what Ethan Klein looks like now. And you're like, bro, shut up. All right. Shut the fuck up. All right. You could say a lot of things about Rogan, but Rogan knows nutrition and shit, right? Like this guy fucking runs a mile a day every fucking day. So
yeah, I don't think dude, fucking Ethan's blowing up even more since then.
Yeah. He's got. Well, you saw him in the Bobby Lee thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I also have this. I haven't pre-listened to this one yet. Michael Bisping. Yes, UFC's Michael Bisping.
Former Luis J. Gomez co-host.
That's correct. Reacts to the Brendan Schaub, Gringo, Papi, Bobby Lee drama. You want to hear this one?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's the best MMA show out there. So tell me, how hard did you laugh at Gringo Papi? Well, first of all, how hard did you laugh at Gringo Papi?
I didn't laugh per se. I chuckled.
Didn't laugh per se.
Now, what you see happening here is he's being nice, right? Because, they're kind of friends. But I don't mind if you're being nice and also being honest, right? Like, at least he's being honest, right? Okay, let's go back.
No, I laughed to myself inside. There was a couple of jokes like, Mexican cookies.
He's trying so hard.
Are you not cringing as hard as I am right now with this? Because I am cringing fucking hard.
He's trying so hard.
Okay, I'm gonna press play again.
Mexican cookies. Chocolate chips with salsa on. It's hilarious. There was some stuff, but I'm just not.
It sounds like did it not sound like he was making fun of him the way he said that? Yeah, that's Mexican cookies are hilarious.
He sounds more like somebody who's like his representative or his manager, just trying to spin. Yeah,
I know he's being nice. I get that he's trying. but this is not coming across the way he thinks it's coming across. And to be fair, you know, Brendan Schaub becoming a comedian is like Michael Bisping becoming a comedian. You know, like Michael Bisping does great when Michael Bisping talks about like UFC and stuff. I think he's actually really good. You know,
I'm just not a loller. I'm not a laugh out type louder.
You're not a laugh. You're not a laugh out. What?
I'm not a loller.
You're famous for your laugh.
I'm not famous for my laugh. I'm famous for being ultra smart. All right. Are you aware that Bobby and Brendan Schaub's situation? If so, am I team Bobby? I don't want to talk about tittle tattle, but I am on both levels. Yes, I saw it. Seems a little weird. I like Bobby Lee. I like him a lot. I like Brendan Schaub. Nothing against the guy, but feels like Bobby's got more of a higher standing on that one.
Oh boy. Very diplomatic answers.
man, even another like UFC guy that, you know, UFC dude, one of his boys, UFC boys, is like, yeah, no, I prefer the little Asian man.
Yeah, this is not great.
I prefer the little Asian man with no testosterone. I pick him. I would say the walls are closing in on Brendan Schaub, but he's too stupid to be able to tell.
Yeah, he doesn't know what walls are.
He doesn't know. He already has narrowed vision from all the brain punches. So. Brendan's been hit so many times, he only sees in 4x3. Brendan has the peripheral vision of Dan Crenshaw.
You can only see one side.
Yeah, seriously. But seriously,
and that eye's focused on Brian Callen.
But seriously, salsa on cookies, right?
Dude, it's pretty good, like Mexican cookies.
How did you? Well, first of all, how hard did you laugh at Gringo Papi?
I didn't laugh per se.
Ouch. So he's, you know, I think Brendan Schaub's doing great. He can't just keep doing comedy, right?
I love when she called him out. He's like, look, I'm not a big loller. And it'd be like, LOL is what he was saying. And he was like, no, you're like famous for your laugh. And she's like, shut up.
You love comedy. You always tell me how much you just laugh when you go to these places.
And just like,
I've seen you do shows with Louis J. Gomez. You laughed all the time.
Yeah, seriously. Well, here's why, though, and hear me out. And I don't know if you thought of this. It's because Louis J. Gomez is funny.
It's probably is a factor.
How about this?
Who is the worst group of fans? Oh, they all can be pretty mean to your boy. Yeah, there's nothing worse than a salty comic who didn't make it, especially on the internet, because A, they're comics, so they're going to be pretty witty at writing, so the burns are going to hurt. It's going to be creative. Like, I'll get
a failed comic who people wonder why he wonders why people don't like him.
Yeah, this might be why people don't like you.
You're a failed comic. You know what you are? You're a failed comic who made it.
Which
because
is even worse.
Of your friends. You didn't earn shit. I didn't rig shit.
oh, you're fat or you're stupid. All right, whatever, dude. But the comic will really roast you.
He's talking about us, Mersh.
Yeah,
That's
is
what
that what it
he's
is?
talking about.
Those cis boys,
and
they don't play sports or crush puss.
No.
But they just never made it, and you're doing pretty well. There's nothing worse than a salty comic who hasn't made it. And if you're a guy who's newer to comedy, they are brutal.
But if you're a guy that's doing a comedy, those guys aren't usually mean to new comics because they know what it's like, you know, making it in the business and working hard. They're making fun of you because they're fun. I'm funnier than you.
Because you're parking a fucking $100,000 truck on the sidewalk of the Comedy Store.
Exactly.
And then trying to get everybody to suck your dick in it. Allegedly.
Your comedian friends, wives, dick.
They will hurt your feelings. And this is why I want to talk to you about therapy. Because it's helped me out, man.
Has it?
Has it?
You look like you're doing really good. You have you have Bobby Lee up like he's Pepe Silva right now on your wall trying to figure out who's the hacker. And then of course
the hacker known as Bobby Lee.
And then this.
That's what it takes to overwhelm and kill you in a fight. We're talking like a New York rat, San Francisco rat, or like a Calabasas rat. It would be some hours because eventually I'd be like, ugh.
And CT software, or you're my hot Ferrari.
Can you stop being a dick? He has brain damage.
And then
Severe, profound brain damage.
Good cardio, so it's gonna be a fight. I'll give myself, and my life is on the line, I would give myself around 24 hours.
How many rats will it take to kill you? Brendan Schaub, 24 hours.
24 hours.
Okay, we got to hear that again because it's hard to understand him because of the brain, but how many rats would it take to kill you?
Rats would it take to overwhelm and kill you in a fight? We're talking like a New York rat, San Francisco rat, or like a Calabasas rat. It would be some hours because eventually I'd be like, ugh, ugh, and then fight, I have good cardio, so it's gonna be a fight. I'll give myself, and my life is on the line, I would give myself around 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, so I just want to make sure.
So 24 hours worth of rats. That makes sense.
Maybe, so, sorry, does he measure time in rats? Like, hey, man, I'll be there in like 16 rats, okay?
Listen, man, give me like 20 rats. With traffic, maybe 30 rats.
Maybe 30 rats.
Oh, are you stupid? Oh, stupid Brad. Stupid, dumb Brad.
I'll give myself, and my life is on the line, I would give myself around 24 hours.
But two buttons again, I got to say, he's the one clipping all this stuff, just in case you're looking for these without our stupid voices talking.
You think Brendan likes him?
Do you think Brendan's lawyers know about him? Probably.